Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now this video is going to be a day in the life of a vintage reseller. Basically, you've probably seen hundreds of these on YouTube, but I'm going to do my version. So every morning what I like to do is go onto my phone, obviously open up Vinted and check anything that has sold the previous day, and therefore we get it packaged. Let's see what we sold. So yesterday we sold a pair of Air Max 90s, as you can see on the screen here, for £35. We then sold a pair of Air Max XEs for 36. I've held on to these for a little while now, but I bumped them, so they were actually up for 4 weeks. But like I said in my previous video, sometimes some things can sit on there for a little while, but a couple little bumps or a relist, and they will eventually sell. So that one's been up for 4 weeks, but it has now sold, so I still made the profit from it. We sold a pair of Air Zoom Tempos. Now when I first bought these, I thought they were like Alpha Flies, and obviously Alpha Flies are worth a lot more, and these aren't in the best condition. Like I'll show the picture now, that they're pretty tattered, but we sold them for 35 anyway. Again, still definitely profited because I would have bought them for way cheaper. And then this morning, which is probably the best deal of the day, we sold a pair of Air Max 98s for £40 in a size 8. I'll also put up next to each one how much I bought them for, so you'll be able to see how much, and I'll have a little profit count. I'll have a little profit count down below as well. So after going Vinted, I like to check eBay because I have things on eBay, like I said in my previous video. I have a lot of new stuff on eBay, so at the top of my shelves there, you can't really see, but we have to sold 2 things on eBay. Okay, so we sold a pair of Nike Free Run 2007s for £37. I believe they're at part 1. So at one point on Vinted, where it was a bit quiet, I started to upload quite a lot of like pre-loved stuff on eBay. Usually on eBay, I like to upload brand new stuff. Some stuff I uploaded pre-loved, and that's been up for about 2 weeks, and it has now sold, so that's all good. And then we also have sold a brand new pair of Nike Air Max 270s in a size 6 for £60, which is absolutely insane. Okay, so on the screen right now, if you look, I bought them for £32.50 and sold them for £59.99, basically 60. So I've made £27.50 profit on that. So that's literally insane. Like one pair of shoes and I'm making £27.50. Imagine you sell 4 a day or 10 a day, like the money you can make. Obviously it doesn't work like that. There's probably a lot of comment section. I can imagine a lot of people are a bit like, oh, but what if you go for a day when nothing sells? You do have those days. Like I always find Monday and Tuesday, I very rarely sell more than 2 or 3 shoes. So I'm not making £100 in the day. But like when it gets to the weekends, like yesterday I sold 6 pairs, 4 on Vinted, 2 on eBay. I can guarantee you now, like I said, there'll be a profit total down below. There'll be at least nearly 100, right, just in a day. And it's Friday today when I'm filming this, right, and the weekend goes off. If you bump old items on a Friday for the weekend, I guarantee they'll sell by Sunday night, as well as all the new stuff you get up. Like, I have a lot of other shoes as well to take photos of. I'm going to get uploaded tonight, ready for the weekend, so they're probably going to sell. A couple of bits got yesterday. I went to the Nike outlet, right, and I actually found an absolute bargain, right? So a brand new pair, yeah, of downshifter 12s in pretty much triple white with a little like sort of fluorescent grey tick. £12.50. As you can, I don't know if it's going to focus. £24.99, but obviously this is a 50% off back wall. £12.50 for a brand new pair of downshifters. These easily go for 35 to 40 on eBay, so I know I'm going to make a good £20 to £30 profit on them. And then I got another pair, which I found weird, right, because they were the only pair in there that were £12.50. I picked up another pair of downshifter 12s, brand new, in a size 6.5, so a little bit of a bigger size in the black and white, which is a really nice shoe. I actually really like these. Might get a pair myself. And they were 45, obviously half price, so £22.50. So again, even if I'm getting £40 for them, I'm still making like £17.50. So right there is a potential in 2 pairs of trainers, at least £50 profit. Honestly, the game's the game. Is absolutely insane. You guys need to get on board. So obviously, when I've worked out what shoes I've sold, I then get them off the shelf here and here, and then we get them packaged up and ready to send. So I get up my phone, obviously check what I sold. Also, again, look, I'm going to show you this, right? So I went on like a mad My Protein spree because they were selling all the stuff like so cheap. Like, I'm not going to tell you exactly how cheap, but very cheap. And I thought I'd do like a mad My Protein whatnot stream with all these like girl leggings and booty shorts and all this. And they're not doing too well at the minute, so I don't know what to do with them. As you can see, they're all on the floor, skewed up with numbers. Codes. So you've got like leggings, shorts, booty shorts, loads of random bits and bobs. So yeah, I am eventually going to get rid of those, and obviously I do have a big box here which still has some more in. The reason behind all of this and why it hasn't sold is because I was doing it on Whatnot, and the thing is on Whatnot, like, you have to start the streams with really exciting stuff. People want to see like P6000s, Air Max 1s, Air Max 97s, 95s, like the really, really, really good shoes straight away, and I don't have a lot of them, but as you can see, look, I'm starting to build up a collection here, right? So these are all brand new from the outlet, okay? Some are full box, some are half box. Now with these, what my plan is, I've got them all on eBay, but if they don't sell, obviously I go to the outlet twice a week, right? So I go to one of them on a Thursday, and then I go to the one at Lakeside on, well, at some point on the weekend, or maybe like a Monday where it's quite like not as busy. And what I do is I go there and I get big collection of shoes, and I stick them all on eBay, and if they're not selling, so like I went last Friday and got like 11 pairs of shoes, and I've only sold those 270s now, so within a week I've only sold 1 pair, right? But the other 10 pairs are still up for sale, right? And I know some people are thinking, oh, but how do you profit then if you're holding on for a week? Some shoes you are holding on to, but because you're buying every single day, this is what I was saying to you about like the VINTED monitor, because you're buying 10 pairs every single day, and you might buy one pair of shoes and quadruple your money. So you buy one pair of shoes for a tenner, you sell it for 40, you then buy another, I don't know, 3 pairs of shoes with that money. So you sold one shoe and bought 3. Those 3 you might hold on to, but you still broke even because you spent the money. If you get what I'm saying, you spent the money on those shoes. But as soon as one of them sells, you're back in profits again, right? But because you're buying 10 pairs every single day, you're always profiting. Even if you're holding on to brand new shoes from the outlet for like a week or 2 weeks, you're still profiting because you're buying 10 every single day. What I'm doing with these shoes is any that don't sell, I'm building up. Once I have probably a good like 30 to 40 pair of shoes, I'll do a massive Whatnot stream and I'll chuck them all on Whatnot, and obviously chucking in my protein stuff in between. So I'm holding on to a lot of stock for like Whatnot streams. And the good thing about Whatnot as well, it's not like TikTok or Instagram or anything like that where you have to build up and stay relevant. Like Whatnot, you could not go on for like 2 months, but because if you go on, as long as you're not on at the same time as all the big people, they'll boost you and chuck you straight on the algorithm. Anyway, let's get these shoes. Okay, so we've got the free run pair. Like I said, like look at these shoes. That sun is really bright. Don't know if you can see this, but they are such a clean pair of shoes, like pre-loved, but you wouldn't even know they've been worn. Like that's insane. And then here we have the brand new pair of Nike 270s. These are generally, I honestly think, one of my favourite pair of shoes Nike have ever released. Like, I've had the triple white pair, I've had a pair of these black ones. They don't last long with me because, like, they're the sort of shoe you shouldn't wear every day, all day, and I wore mine, like, literally to the ground both times. But I probably will eventually get myself a pair. If I see some in the outlet for my size, I'll probably definitely grab some. We've got these Air Max 90s. Now, these weren't in the best condition, but obviously I made sure I noted that on the VINTED page. Like, if you do buy a pair of shoes, like, the things with Air Max 90s, they're always worth value, even if they're a little bit like, I mean, the soles on the back there, I've got this little thing that makes the yellowing soles go whiter, so I'll probably chuck some of that on just to make it a little bit nicer. Again, another pair of shoes, Nike Air Max XCs. I really like these too. I'm not sure exactly how much I paid for them. Like, you would have seen it on the screen, so I can't remember, but I sold these for 36, but I know for a fact I wouldn't have paid probably more than 20, so probably a good 15 to 20 pound profit on those. Like, I mean, this stuff is like, you have fun taking the photos, you have fun cleaning up the shoes and restoring them. When you get a sale on Vinted and you see the little sold notification, it's a great notification. Like, I'm sure there's probably resellers out there that have done this for so much like time. Probably there might even be like millionaires in the game. There's quite a few people that have like £1 million businesses in this. I can guarantee every time they see sold, they still get buzzing. Again, another pair of Air Max 98s in a size 8, very nice condition. These are actually a very nice shoe too. Like, I generally didn't even know these existed before I started doing this. I've always been quite hot on Nike shoes, but only like specific niches. But yeah, I didn't even know 98s were a thing. Again, a very nice pair of running trainers. Obviously, these ones aren't in the best condition as noted and shown in pictures. But retail, these would have probably been like £200 brand new, because most running trainers are like £200 to £300 brand new. So the fact this person got them for, was it 35, is a pretty good deal. Right, I've had to change the angle because that sun is blaring into my eyes and it's like actually annoying. Like, I didn't realise that was that bad. This is my office, you see, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take you off here and show you. You walk in, right, so here's the door that me and my dad did. So it's like a proper back door now with a lock and everything on it. And then you walk in and obviously you still got like a washer machine in the corner there because that's plumbed in, it has to stay in the fridge. It doesn't look like it's not a lot of room, but I have a big pile of like crap down here. So as you can see, like, there's literally just a load of random, I don't even know what's in there, like just building material, some like trolley jack, like all of this is going to be stripped out and gone into the shed. And then we got like a toolbox as well. My toolbox, all my like drill stuff, obviously the My Protein stuff, the boxes, and then the shelves. My plan is, obviously, you can see a bit of plasterboard there. It's going to be to plaster, obviously, the whole thing up all the way to the top. So that's how high it goes, right? So I was going to do build like a flat roof. And then I thought, no, I'm going to keep it slanted. My plan is basically to take this all out. I'm going to have a desk here. So from there, going across right to the edge of there. So it's going to be quite a nice big desk. Like, you probably can't see it in this camera because I can't zoom out quite enough. But yeah, there's going to be a nice big desk there. And then them storage units are going to go further back, like right into the corner. So there's a shelf. I don't know if you can see that, like blocking that one. So that's going to go like, the washing machine can go back a little bit more. The mini fridge is coming out. That's going to go right across there, and then that one's going to go right to the back wall. And then I'm going to get another like shelf of these and split it into 2, and then go one there for more pre-loved at the top. And then those boxes will go right up there. Obviously, I'll probably get some step ladders because I'm not 10 feet tall. And obviously, the washing machine is going to go back a little bit, but I think I'm going to build that into like a little bit of a cupboard, so it's hidden. And obviously, then this wall, you've got like a few pipes, and now I'm going to have to build a box around there, and the gas monitor. That's also going to be boxed up. But yeah, it's going to be really nice in here. It's going to be a lot spacious. Like, that will be out, all of that will be out, so I'll have so much room here. I've got like a mini radiator here, pretty old tatty thing, but just for the winter, I'm going to use it as obviously we're not insulated out here. But yeah, when it's done, it's going to be lovely in here. Right, anyway, let's move on. So, parcel bags. I keep seeing loads of things on TikTok about these. Get them on Amazon, guys. They're really cheap. They're really better. don't buy off like TikTok because you don't know what you're getting from TikTok. Plus the delivery, I got these the next day. I think I bought 200 for like 20 quid. It literally works out like, I don't know, 2p a parcel, 10p I literally can't do the maths quick enough, but I'm pretty sure it's less than 10p a parcel. So it's nice and cheap and easy, cheap and cheerful. What you want to do is get yourself a Sharpie pen. So then what you do, I mean, it's pretty simple. I don't need to explain this. You put the shoes in the bag, tighten the bag up, and then always write on, because obviously the things are this, right, I don't have a label, I do have a label printer. Again, I've got one of these like Povo TikTok shop label printers that are pretty shit. Some stuff you have to print off of a label, like on Whatnot, but all this like Vinted and eBay, the post office or wherever the in-post locker, wherever you take it, does the labels for you. So I think to myself, I'm not going to sit here and slave printing labels where I can just take this to the thing. It just makes my life a lot quicker and easier, to be honest. I mean, like, you spend a little bit more time in the post office. Like, obviously, I never really go to the post office with more than, like, 10 items at once because on your Vinted, you'll have in-post set up, you'll have Royal Mail, Yodel, Every, DPD, whatever they are. So all different places are going to have them. So I've got this little, like, routine where, like, I have Yodel at one place, then like round the corner I go to the post office and I've got like Royal Mail and Every and DPD there. Then my in-post lockers, we have one of the in-post lockers, like the huge ones. You know, you get like the smaller ones. Ours is fucking massive, and that's round the next corner. So I have like a little run that I go on every morning. Well, depending on how many shoes I've sold. Like I always say same day or next day shipping, but so for instance, like if stuff sells over the weekend, it doesn't really like I'm out this weekend, but if someone bought something Saturday morning, that wouldn't get shipped till Monday morning because Sunday most of the places are closed unless you do in-post. So the Zoom tempos are in-post, so I'll just put on the bag like Zoom, just so I know it's definitely the Zoom. So I write down what the shoe is, guys. Don't get confused, especially if you're shipping a few, because yeah, you don't want to get to the in-post and send the wrong shoe, because I've had that happen before. Someone sent me like, I managed to get these like Alpha Fly 3s, which are like creme de la creme. Like they literally sell for like 90 quid pre-loved. Like sometimes you can put it on for a tenner and sell for like 90. It's insane. I managed to get a pair for like 20, I think, but they sent me the wrong ones, and I messaged the lady like, I'm really sorry, but I bought like the pink ones or whatever. You sent me like some battered ones. And she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I've sent you the wrong ones. The ones I've sent you were actually the worst version. And I was like, fuck's sake. So someone paid less for like the shitter version that I got, but they ended up getting the better version. So if they were a reseller, they got a fucking deal. But I got my money back, so it doesn't really matter, but still. We packed the 98s. This is as simple as it comes, guys. Like, this is what I'm saying as a side hustle. Like, so many people stress out, like, oh, what can I do? What can I do as a side hustle? Everything's so hard. Like, just sell some shit. Sell some shit on Vinted you have around house. You can sell anything from, like, pottery to photo frames to shoes to clothing to watches. Just sell something, get a bit of money. Join the Vinted Monitor that I keep banging on about. I'm not going to bang on about it too much in this video because I don't want to keep going on, but join the Vinted Monitor, get yourself some bargain shoes, sell them and make money, scale up. I've literally shown you I made £10,000 in 2 months revenue. Like, when I first started, I didn't think I was going to make that much. And I honestly, for so much time, I've been trying to find something that makes me extra money or something I could potentially go full time in. I've literally now found it. And it's like, in my head, I think to myself, I've actually finally found something that works. I know there's so many people out there that are the same as me, you know. You're trying to find something that works. So next on the list is heading to the post offices to drop off those parcels because I have some to pick up. So I make sure most of mine get shipped to the in-post because I find it so much easier. Like, I don't want to go to the post office and be like, oh yeah, I've got like 20 parcels to pick up. I'd rather just pick them up at the in-post locker. And obviously the in-post locker is huge, there's always space. So I head there to I do my little round, drop off the parcels, and then I pick up the parcels in post, come back. If they need a clean, I'll clean them, but sometimes I build up like a lot, because some shoes you get are already clean. People like to clean them before they ship them, which is nice. I like that. Saves me a job. Any shoes that like need cleaning, I sort of put in a piles. I'm not just going to get all my soapy water out just to clean one pair. I'd rather clean like 10 pairs at once. Usually on a Friday, right? So I think I've got like 2 or 3 pairs currently in my kitchen, actually in the house, to clean. I've got like 3 or 4 pairs to pick up now, so if a couple of them are dirty, so I'll probably wash like 5 this afternoon and hopefully get them washed and dry, ready to photograph this afternoon and get them all up for the weekend because, like I said, the weekend's your best sale. So yeah, next time you see me, I'll be at the post offices. Then the parcels all dropped off and picked up. So we're gonna do some live opening right now in the car. Let's see what we got. Hopefully we've got some good stuff. Hopefully it's clean because, to be honest, cleaning shoes in the winter sucks. Like, obviously most of the time you have to do them. I can see these ones definitely clean. So, like I said earlier, a pair of 270s, right? So it's brand new in a size 6, I sold for 60. These are a UK 8.5, right? So an adult size. They're not even that bad. A little bit of a scrub up, some of these scuff marks off. You're probably looking at getting about 30 to 35 for these in an 8.5. I think I literally paid about £8 to £10 So again, nice £20 profit. So here we have a pair of Air Max 90s. Again, quite dirty. Now you think that's stained, but generally a bit of fairy liquid, a good sponge, that will all come out and they will be pretty much pristine. Again, these are a UK size 7, my size. Again, these will scrub up nicely. Probably getting a good 30 to £35 again for these as well. And again, most of these trainers I buy for like, I think 14, up maximum £14 all in, because obviously the monitor that I've used and I've shown you before, I have set my own monitor up to only buy shoes that are like put up for £10 or less. So like the reason why I've done that is because if I can pick up 10 shoes in a day for like £13 and spend 130 quid and sell them all for 30, I can turn 130 pound into 300. And like most of the time, if you pick up a decent pair of shoes like Air Max 90s, Air 270s, P6000s, like certain running shoes, like they're always going to sell within a week. Now here we have a pair of running shoes. Now they look really deflated. These are the Flyknits, I believe. Flyknit Racers. Now I've sold a pair of these before for like £38, and again I would have picked these up probably for 10 or less. So they look like a bit like this, but look how clean they are. Like you wouldn't even know they've like been worn really. Like a little bit of a sponge, a shoe tree in there. It's gonna make the photos look so much nicer. These will definitely sell for a good £30. Again, do you know what I mean? Like right there, I've spent nearly 40 and there's £90 worth of trainers. So that 3 pairs of trainers is £50 profit. Fucking incredible. Time to crack open a Monster because we're heading to the gym. So next up is obviously cleaning trainers. Now, cleaning trainers is a pretty simple task. You just need some hot water in a bowl and a little bit of Fairy Up liquid. That goes in the bowl. And then you need some sort of brush. I get this plastic brush from Home Bargains. Really good, nice bristly. And then you need a microfiber cloth to basically wipe off all the bubbles. So what you do is you get your trainer. These wind flows, fairly dirty, but not too bad. Put your hand in, get yourself some water, and then just scrub like this. Most of the time the trainers are literally just muddy, like they're not even dirty, they've just got a bit of mud on, especially running trainers. So you just give them a nice old scrub, then you get your microfiber cloth, wipe them, and as you can see there, they now look way more cleaner. So I'm going to do this for the rest of the shoes, and then we'll get ready to photograph. Now we're taking photos of the shoes. What you want to do is obviously get the shoe, tuck the laces into the shoe like this, and then get yourself a shoe tree, because this makes all the difference, right? So that's the trainer. Put the shoe tree all the way to the end, and into the hill like this. Bosh. That trainer is now ready to be taken. Look at that. There's the 90s I showed you earlier. Look how clean they are. You wouldn't even know they've been worn. So then we get the photos on the floor. Obviously you've got to get both trainers. So there's the other trainer looking spick and span. So put it on the floor. You want to find like a plain background. So I use my carpet in my living room in front of the natural light. Okay, it's starting to get dark now, so I've got to be quick. Get into a nice position and then take loads of photos basically. You want to show the outside, the inside, the back, the front, the laces, the label, everything. I'm going to show you the first position and then I'll do the rest. So the first position I like to put them in is like this, because it makes a really nice photo. And then secondly, I'll go like this, because that makes a really good second, and then so on from there. So I'm going to get these all photographed because I haven't got a lot of time, because we're going out soon and it's getting dark. I also got these brand new Adidas Terex for like £50. These retail like 200, I believe, so I should be able to get these on eBay. So I'm also going to photograph these and get these on eBay because they are literally brand new. I've got them on Whatnot. Okay, so all photos are taken. I actually found a new spot in the bedroom with the ring light, which you can see there, kind of, which is the light I'm using right now, to take photos because this starts to get dark. I've actually never tried that before. I usually do the daylight because I just prefer natural daylight. I think it looks better. But the lighting on these trainers actually looks quite good. Let me show you a photo of one of them I took. These were the Air Max bolts that I took a photo of, like with the LED light. I actually think they look quite decent. Anyway, I had no choice to be honest because it got dark. Anyway, so 7 o'clock is the time where I start to upload my items. I basically just spam them all up. Well, not spam them, so obviously I'll go click like sell an item, and then I'll go down to start off with the first shoe, so the Air Max 90s, select all the pictures, the order I do them. It doesn't really matter what order you do them, but you kind of want to show like the actual shoe itself first. So the first photo is the one I showed you where it looks like a butterfly, then the angle upwards, and I'll do like them slanted, the backs, the fronts, the tops, and obviously with the last picture is always the label. So I'll show you, this is the order I go in, and then obviously you want to title it. Now you can title it as detailed as you want, but you just need to put like Nike Air Max 90s, and then like a little dash. I always put like triple white if they're triple white, like these ones, and then like the size, so UK size 7. And then I have a little copy and paste description. The description, like, you just got to put like the most simplest thing. Like you just got to put what it is. So I put in there like the size, so UK size 7, amazing condition as seen in photos. And then I put same day shipping or next day of purchase after 5 PM because I do ship the same day if it's purchased before 5 p.m. Obviously, then we're doing men's trainers, like putting all the details. So what I'll do is I'll upload these, I'll leave them, and I'll check in with you later. What I'll do is I'll, any notifications or favourites, what I'll do is I'll send them the offers, and if they sell, I'll let you know how much I sold them for and what I offered them. And if they don't sell, then I'm sure they'll sell over the weekend. But yeah, I'll check in with you later on. So guys, welcome back to the last segment of the video. It is now 10 o'clock. 3 hours have gone by, so we're going to check our Vinted sales and see if we sold any. Currently looking like Hugh Hefner because I've just got out of shower. So yeah, this is the ritual before bed. Let's have a little cheeky look. Don't know if you can better hear me or not because my microphone's not sitting exactly where I want it to, but I'll try my best. So as you can see, guys, the Air Max 270s have sold there for £35. They actually sold without me offering. They just completely sold. They actually sold at 8 o'clock. So they sold within an hour, £35. I paid 13 all in. So again, just over £20 profit. Oh, honestly, it's insane. It's literally, so we sold a couple of pairs of shoes that I didn't upload today, but we'll just go and check the other listings and look at the views and favourites. So the Air Max 90s I put up for 45 in the end. You know, I think I mentioned earlier I put up for 35. I actually meant 45. And then if people favourite, I dropped down to 40. So they've got 17 views and 2 favourites. So 2 people are fairly interested. So I would have offered them £40. The Flying It Racers, I didn't know what to put up for, so I went for 32, and I've had 59 views and 11 favourites. So I reckon they'll go for at least 28. Again, that'd be like 18, well, give or take 15 to £18 profit. The Air Max Bolts for £40. They had 20 views and 3 favourites. Again, they've got some interest, so they'll eventually sell. The Winflow 11s I've got up for 35, and I've had 42 views and 6 favourites. So again, we're getting some very good views and some very good favourites. So all of this stuff will sell. If you post something that's getting decent views and decent favourites, it will eventually sell. It's just how it works. And then the Adidas Terrex, I ended up putting up for 80 because I did a bit of research, and I think they're like 150 retail or 120 or 130 or something like that. So I thought, these are brand new. They don't come with a box, but I thought £80, and like if anyone favourites, I'll offer them 70. I think I paid like 52 for them. I actually got them off Whatnot. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned them earlier in the video, but if I didn't mention them, these Adidas Terrex I got off a Whatnot stream, and I ended up paying a little bit more than I realised because the guy was like, £200 retail, £200 retail. And I was like, quick bid, and I ended up bidding like £56, which isn't the end of the world. I'll definitely sell them for 60 no matter what, but I'll definitely break even or make a slight bit of profit. But I've got them up for 80, and again, they've got 13 views and 2 favourites, so they'll probably go for 70, so it's still profit. And then a couple of old items I've bumped. Like I said, there are some items that don't sell. Like these have been up for 4 weeks now. They're not the best looking shoe, to be fair, but like you'll understand, like in this like business, like I've been doing it for coming up to 3 months now. You know, I've learned like a few lessons in 4 weeks. Like I was pretty much halfway through, or 2 months in, whatever, just under 2 months in. Like there are some shoes you're going to buy and not realise that they're not worth a lot of value. Like your main shoes you're looking at, anything Air Max, like anything Air Max is selling, whether it's Air Max Bolt, Air Max XE, Air Max 90, 95, 97s. If it's Air Max and a number, it's selling. Especially like the 270s, they're insane sellers. Like Napajiri jackets, they always sell. Like I've had this up for a day, and like I said, it did sell. But when someone buys something and cancels straight away, you can click a button to relist straight away. But I did that this morning, so I uploaded at a really bad time. That's had a couple of interests, but that will eventually go. But yeah, you do learn, like, some shoes won't sell. There might be a time where, like, you'll get a shoe, clean it up and it looks nice, but it's not really, like, high. Like I said, a lot of people are looking for the popular shoe. You know, if you've got a really good pair of if you've got a brand new pair of P6000s for, like, 20 quid somehow, some way, and put up for 50, they would sell instantly, you know, because they're a very common, very popular, probably the best looking shoe Nike I've ever done. So yeah, you will learn. Like, I've had shoes sitting here for a month now, but they will eventually sell. But even though I've put them up a month, because then the next shoe I've uploaded, I've doubled the profit on that. The money that I paid for the original one that has taken 4 weeks, like how it goes on, that I've made the money back because it sells. So you're always making money, whether it sells within an hour or whether it takes 4 weeks. Like, them ones that have been up for 4 weeks will eventually sell. Like, I'll probably have to drop the price a little bit more, keep bumping them, and eventually they'll go. Or relist them. But that is the end of the video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Put anything in the comment section, what you want to see me do, what you want to see me do next. I think my next video, I'm going to do an in-depth video on how to clean trainers. And there's a few little other tips and tricks that I do use, which I didn't show in this video. But yeah, if you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.